see the rest of the falls. Now we're going on to the Arethusa Ripley Falls Trail, which goes up that way. And I love this. I stab my poles right here. Book it. Clearly not the only one. Popular stopping place and pole placing. Alright, let's go. Alright, so I've just been hiking alongside this stream here. This is a less traveled trail, so it was much snowier than the Arethusa Falls trail I was just on. But here, I'm going across the stream. To the other side. And then I know it ascends steeply with rough footing. And then that's all I got. Because when I took a picture of the page, of the trail guide, for this next section, I cut off the top of the page. So, next mile or so, hopefully there's no spurs that I need to take, because I'm going to miss them. Well, so far this trail has been delightful. Hasn't been steep at all. I think I imagined that bit. I made that up. The rough footing though, I mean, this is a little rough right here, but most of it, here, let me show you behind me. Most of it's been like that. So, you know, like a clear path. Narrow for sure, but not rough. I mean, there's been a couple of patches like right here. You got some rocks and roots all at the same time, but they pretty much clear up, you know, after a few feet and you're back on smooth ground. So yeah, this has been great so far. I can hear water, so we must be getting close to another stream or brook. OMG. So earlier when I passed those people going back down the trail, having turned around, you know, half mile up, I remember thinking, oh, I wonder if they ran out of water, or realized, did a steep bit, realized, hey, let me turn this around. And they thought, you know, oh man, you know, it's real steep, let's stop and have some water, and realized they'd forgotten their water, turned around, went back to get it. And I almost made a comment being like, make sure you have your water. And then I was about to tell this story about how I went hiking with my family when we were kids, and how we parked in a parking lot. And we saw these people loading up with backpacks and water and stuff, and we're like, man, they're kind of overdoing it for such a short hike, because we were going to a waterfall that was only like a mile, and it wasn't a hard hike, so we were like, these people, ridiculous. But then we ended up taking the wrong trail from the parking lot, and ended up doing this big, long loop. That eventually brought us to the fall, but it, instead of our, like 2 mile round trip hike, it ended up being, like closer to 8 miles. And we didn't have any water. We were just not prepared. Well, just now I got my first bar. And I got a text from my dad, because I had sent him a text this morning that I was saying I was heading out to Arethusa Falls. And my dad said, make sure you take the right trail. And I'm like, oh, that's a funny thing to say. And then I'm like, oh, this is the trail. Arethusa Falls was the waterfall we were hiking to, and we accidentally took the Frankenstein Cliffs Trail instead of the Arethusa Falls Trail and went around. So now I'm doing that exact same loop, just in the opposite direction that we did when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, so funny. I can't believe it. And then I had to say it, because I almost mentioned it earlier and then didn't, and now I am literally on that trail. So funny. All right, this is a steep bit, so I'm gonna go up this bit, but only for a little bit. It's a short section according to the guide and the map. So all right, let's do this. All right, the steep part's over, and now I have a nice little easy stretch until we get to the Frankenstein Cliffs and Ripley Falls. trails. So this is nice. Little trek through the woods. Enjoying this bit. Gotta stop and appreciate the views you don't get in summertime because of the leaves. So nice. Just been so focused on walking along here, I wasn't really looking around me, and it's beautiful up here. Just gorgeous. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So nice. Well, that's the end of the Arethusa Falls Trail. That's what I was doing. There's the Frankenstein, keep doing it again, Frankenstein Cliff Trail. But that's not the trail I'm taking. I'm taking the Ripley Falls Trail, which turns sharply. Is that it? It's supposed to go to the left. I'm thinking that must be it. No one's gone down it. Oh yeah, look at this. Go this way for Ripley. All right, well, I will be forging my own path for the first time, so this is going to be interesting. I wore my trail runners today because I was expecting not to be sledging through snow versus my boots, which is what I've been wearing. But I figured, oh no, it's April. I know we just got snowfall, but it's been so warm. Well, here we go. Cutting a new trail. Okay. I didn't go down that unmarked trail because I was reading the guidebook and it looks like it said shortly after you join up with Frankenstein Cliffs, it turns sharply left. So I think I go with Frankenstein Cliffs for like a few feet here and then it branches off. So I'm going to follow this for a little bit. See if I see a trail branch off. All right, nope. I'm heading back to the sign because the trail did not branch off. So that was definitely it. So let's head back. Blaze a new trail through the snow because this is definitely just the Frankenstein Cliffs. All right, back at the sign. Make a fresh trail. Well, let's see. All right, well, there's a blue blaze. It's very faint. Can't even see it. There you go. So this is definitely a trail. A little hard to follow though. Oh wait, no, I see another blue blaze. All right, so we will wrap around this way. All right. Okay, we're officially on the trail. So let's go. All right, so up until now, the trail's been fairly easy to follow, but I got to this point and there's no path. Let me go back here. There was a blue blaze just up ahead. So I knew I was on the right path. At what point? Okay, so that tree has a blue blaze on it. Does the trail branch off anywhere here? All right. Blue blaze. Clear. So stand here. Yeah, this looks like the only way to go. Oh, I guess it's pretty overgrown here too, so maybe it's just, oh wait, does it branch off down there? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, keep going this way. Well, we'll go a bit of a ways down through the sticks. You don't really have to get worried about getting lost because I just follow my footprints back to wherever I came from. So if I go a ways and don't see any blue blazes, then I'll just turn around. We'll do this trail in the summertime. All right, let's go through the sticks. Oh, this seems kind of like a trail. Ah, tree. Haha, and a blue blaze. All right, we did it. Look at this tree. So it's in the trail. The trail goes around through there. But look at, it's like, it looked like it bent over and broke. And so it's like looped around, and then the branches are growing out. Because look at it, it's alive. Those are buds. It's getting ready for spring. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I gotta figure out a way how to get around it, though, because it's obviously it's completely blocking the trail here. Let me try going around here. Stuck in a tree. There's so many trees here. This trail needs a lot of maintenance. I'll tell you what. There's been many trees down that I've had to go around. Alright, here we go. So that's where I was standing. And this is that tree. Up and around. Looks like it's broken and dead inside. But nope. The branches have continued to grow out across the trail. Crazy. Alright, I'm back on the trail. Let's go. So I just realized I lost one of my snow guards off my trekking poles. Lost it somewhere along the trail. I'd go back for it, but I'm gonna have to come back this way anyways, so I will have to. So I definitely had it when I went under that weird tree. So somewhere between there and here, which it's only been like a quarter mile, so I'll make a mark so I can remember this spot so I know to look for it. Oh wait, actually, never mind. Oh no, that's just dirt. I thought that was it. That would have been easy. All right. Oh yeah, I can see just the pokes. I just had pokes versus All right, so yep, I'll look for that on the way back. All right. I'm actually starting to go down now, so we're actually getting closer to the falls, and I think I can hear something in the distance. Sound of rushing water. All right, let's go. Well, let's say when you got closer to the falls, it would start to descend steeply, so that's pretty steep down this bit, so getting close. I think I'm within a half mile. Oh, once again, I was so focused on what was in front of me, I didn't look up. Look at that. Peak right there. See the trees? I'm trying to think which one it is. What direction am I facing? I want to say that's Willie. Pretty sure that's Mount Willie. Because this where this trail drops me out is like right across from the Willie guest house, Willie something with Willie. So I think down there's the road and you cross the road and climb Willie. Oh, unless that's Willie over there. So maybe not. Oh, maybe it's Field or Tom or something. Oh well. But golly, look at that, we got footprints. They only go up as far as that log. And then they turned around and came back down, but I'm not on my own for the trail anymore. Someone has been here. Well, I'm starting to see more ground than snow, so more water and mud. Here's where a bunch of streams are feeding in to go down to the falls. We just crossed all of them. And we keep heading down. All right, just came down and now I'm walking along the stream here. I thought maybe that was the falls, but apparently it's not. So we're gonna keep going down this way, and the falls are further down. So I'm just hiking now along the side of this sort of ledge or cliff, not cliff, but ridge. So it's steep and there's some tricky footing, especially with the snow and the mud. So I'm going a little slow so I don't, fall to my death to the water. Though I wouldn't make it lift, I'd hit every tree on the way down and just get stuck. But trying not to do any of that, so just creeping my way along the side of this mountain. And I thought that piddly little stream up before was the falls. Look at that. Alright, I'm getting down there somewhere. I think I switched back here. I'm not sure. I'm going to switch back in, but let's go. The trail goes straight up here. So I just came down it to see the falls and I'm going back up. The trail goes on for like another 0.2 miles, but there's like a bunch of families and stuff. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'll come back here some other time. It'll be fun. All right, so the falls is over there. I just came up this. The footing coming up from the falls and continuing on is very steep, very treacherous, and made even worse so by the mud and snow. So at least this bit, you're in the woods, but when you're further down, you're literally on the edge by the waterfall. So if you're coming down this trail, man, you gotta be very careful because it's tricky. And I'm sure even in the best conditions, it's still tricky because look at all the roots and stuff. It's steep, it's rooty, it's narrow. We have these switchbacks and it's very rough, so take caution I'm going to keep making my way up very slowly and carefully, like I picked my way down, and heading back to Frankenstein Cliffs. All right, I'm just painstakingly making my way up this hill. I should have stopped at the falls and had a snack, because there's no places for breaks until who knows when. I'm not sitting in the snow when I get to that piece of it, so there's plenty of rocks down the falls. I should have stopped then. Oh well. Keep moving on. Well, I'm back into the snowy bit. Still in the part that other person traveled, but up ahead there's a tree, which is where they turned around. But yeah, finally got a little bit of that weather that I was expecting. So the sun's coming back out now, but for a period there, started coming down, but it was not rain. It was sleet, so I was being pelted with little chunks of ice. It's still falling a little bit. I keep getting a little bit on my face. So I had I felt a few drops. I'm like, oh, is it raining or is the snow just melting from treetops? But then all of a sudden it was just like, whoosh, the skies opened up. I'm like, quick, 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 get my raincoat out. Oh, I should have done it after that first drop instead of, but it's stopped now. Sun's peeking through, and I'm about to enter into the snowy section again. Hey, look what I found. I'm gonna put that on my pole and twist it on tight. Woohoo! All right, back in the snowy bit. It's been great. I don't have to pay attention to the trail because I can just follow my footsteps this time. So, except at one point where I got to that bent over tree, all of a sudden my footsteps stopped. I'm like, I was looking down at the trail, so I'm like, wait, where'd my footsteps go? And then I realized it's because I had gone around that tree. So I didn't see them go off to the side, so that was really funny. I was very confused there for a second because suddenly my footsteps were gone. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But I figured it out. Went around that tree, and then now I'm just making my way to the Frankenstein Cliffs. I wonder how they got that name, Frankenstein. I bet there's a reason or a story. I'll have to Google it when I get home. Alright, so I've just been walking along my tracks here, but look, there's some animal paw prints in my tracks. So these are fresh, they weren't there before. But what kind of animal are they? See, they look like a dog. But interesting. They're not like deer or anything. Gosh, I wonder what they are. Oh, you know what? There's the trailhead. I bet it is a dog. I bet he probably ran up this way, and then the owner called him back, and they continued on the other trail. Okay. That explains it, because I'm like, this doesn't look like an animal you would find in these parts of naturally wild. I mean, we have coyotes and stuff, but I've never seen coyotes in the mountains up here. More in the foothills. All right, now we're on to the Frankenstein Cliffs. Woohoo!